G'day, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another crazy dose of EV and net zero insanity in MGUY EV news for Wednesday the 30th of October 2024. Be sure to follow me on the usual socials for more content, links in the description, and please make sure you're subscribed and have enabled all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you'd like to support this channel, why not buy me a coffee? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. So one of the real big problems with EVs, as we all know, is the fire risk. Not just the fire risk, but also the intensity and ferocity of lithium-ion battery fires and the difficulty in tackling them for first responders and firefighters. It's very difficult to deal with these fires because obviously the batteries are contained in a metal case, and so they've had to come up with different ways of attacking the fires for EV batteries. This is like unintended consequences. Because the fires are so bad, we need special firefighting tools. And in this article, Hyundai develops fire lance for EV batteries, a special lance to extinguish and cool EV car batteries on cargo ships in the event of a fire. The Hyundai device also donated to fire brigades. Hyundai Glovis, the logistics division of the Hyundai Motor Group, has announced an important innovation to deal with the critical issues related to electric vehicle fires at sea and beyond, developing the EV Drill Lance. We were the first to talk about the new risks related to lithium batteries in our mega investigation, and slowly car manufacturers are also adopting solutions to counter the most unpredictable ones, such as a thermal runaway fire. Hyundai will equip its fleet of cargo ships with the new device for controlling a battery and thermal runaway, but it has also collaborated with the fire department, to which it has donated 250 devices. In maritime transport, safety plays an essential role. Yes, we remember those cargo ships, the Felicity Ace and can't remember the other one, both of which were burned to a crisp thanks to an EV catching fire and not being able to put itself out, and hot enough to burn metal, basically. Especially with the increase in the presence of electric vehicles, EVs, within cargo fleets after the first serious accidents at sea. The firefighting device developed by Hyundai seems very similar in function to those we have talked about in this in-depth study. However, the EV Drill Lance stands out for its innovative mechanism, which can penetrate directly into the battery pack. The technology behind this device involves a high-pressure cutter connected to a micro-turbine driven by water pressure, which in a few minutes is capable of piercing the lower floor of the vehicle, creating direct access to the battery pack. Yes, well, you can read all the articles at the links in the description. What we're doing here is we're solving one non-existent problem, which is, that the world's going to end if we don't all start driving EVs, and we're creating genuine problems like fires that can't be extinguished. So we then have to develop new tools in which to fight those fires. Of course, if we didn't have the initial step of thinking the world's going to end, then none of this would be necessary. So Postar is in for a bit of a rude shock because it's going to be unable to sell cars in the US because of its links to China through Geely. Major car brand warns it could be effectively prohibited from selling vehicles under Biden plans. One of the world's leading premium electric vehicle manufacturers could effectively be banned from selling its cars in the United States following a proposed rule from the Biden administration. Oh, is Biden still the president? I'd forgotten about that. Swedish brand Postar announced that a proposal set out by the United States government would effectively prohibit the manufacturer from selling vehicles in the United States. The automaker, which is majority owned by China's Geely, could potentially fall foul of new rules cracking down on the use of Chinese vehicle hardware and software. In comments filed with the Commerce Department, Polestar said proposed rules would bar the sale of vehicles that it builds in South Carolina, as well as those produced in China. The Commerce Department has put forward rules that could prohibit connected vehicles from China on American roads, citing national security concerns. It's reasonable. I mean, all of these cars could potentially be used as spying devices at best and weaponized in some way at worst. And here we see the results of the EU's EV mandate in full swing. Volkswagen set to close 3 German factories, lay off thousands, report. Dramatic cost-cutting exercise by German auto giant Volkswagen could result in up to 3 factories being closed in its home country, the head of the manufacturer's Works Council has told anxious employees. Last month, Reuters reported that the Volkswagen Group is targeting savings of €10 billion by 2026. At the time, the carmaker's Works Council said at least one vehicle plant and component factory were considered obsolete. Volkswagen finance chief Arno Antlitz later attended a gathering of 25,000 workers at the company's Wolfsburg headquarters and said they needed to work with management to cut spending. However, with talks ramping up between Volkswagen and the Works Council, the leader of the latter organisation, Daniela Cavello, has now warned staff that an announcement to close at least 3 factories is nigh. Management is absolutely serious about all this. This is not sabre-rattling in the collective bargaining round, Ms. Cavello said, outside Volkswagen Wolfsburg factory, Reuters reports. It's not surprising that this is happening because the EU is forcing European car manufacturers to build EVs that nobody wants and not to build diesel and petrol cars that people actually do want. And they're allowing Chinese EVs to undercut the local manufacturers. What did they expect would happen? And here's another story. Audi is part of obviously the Volkswagen Audi group and is in a similar situation as carmaker Audi plans to halt production at Brussels plant in February. German carmaker Audi plans to end car production at its Brussels plant at the end of February, the company told trade unions and labour representatives on Tuesday. Layoffs are not planned until the end of the year, the company said. The factory employs around 3,000 people and produces only a single Audi model, the Q8 e-tron electric SUV that nobody wants. Audi has been considering closing the Brussels plant for some time and has been consulting with the works councils and trade unions for months as required by law in Belgium. Well, does this come as a surprise to anybody? No, of course it doesn't. Nobody wants e-trons. Nobody wants EVs. They depreciate like pushing a grand piano out of a 20-story building. Why would you buy one? And that's before you even get to the painful ownership experience of an EV. And if we want to see what's coming in the rest of the world in terms of net zero and EV madness, just look at California. After leading nation in EV mandates, California is now proposing an electric motorcycle mandate. Brilliant. All the bikers are going to love that. If the rules are adopted, manufacturers would be forced to produce enough electric bikes to receive enough credits, and a company could buy more credits from other manufacturers if it wants to sell more gas-powered motorcycles. Why can't the government just get the fuck out of the market? Stop telling us what to buy. Jeez. California made climate history in 2020 when the state became the first in the nation to create an electric vehicle mandate. How's that going right now? Good grief, which eventually became a key part of the Biden-Harris climate agenda. Now the state wants to do the same for motorcycles, despite the problems the EV push has faced over the past 4 years. Yeah, why would they even look? Why would they even take notice of how bad the EV car mandate has gone? This is all driven by ideology. Evidence has no role to play. The California Air Resources Board will vote next week on a proposal that will require motorcycle manufacturers to make 10% of the bikes they sell zero emissions by 2028 and 50% by 2035. The rules, according to Cal Matters, will also include restrictions on gas-powered motorcycles' emissions. Well, whatever happens in California normally ends up in the rest of the world. The madness just seeps out of that mad state and into the rest of the world, I hate to say. And finally, an article that was originally in the Wall Street Journal but is in a non-paywalled version, which I'll link down below, about how this push to use lithium batteries for everything in the great green energy transition is causing a massive rise in fires. If green energy is the future, bring a fire extinguisher. Alternative energy is exploding, literally. Lithium battery fires are breaking out on highways and in factories, home garages and storage rooms. The rise in battery fires is amplified by government efforts to force adoption of electric vehicles and grid-scale batteries for electric power. Lithium batteries have high energy density, making them valuable for phones and portable appliances. But when they catch fire, these batteries burn with high heat and can even explode. That's why airlines prohibit lithium batteries in checked baggage. On June 24th, a battery factory in South Korea caught fire, triggering explosions and killing 22 workers. The fire broke out in Hwaseong at the Aricel plant, a maker of small lithium batteries for sensors and communication devices. Experts estimate that most workers were killed by toxic gases emitted by the burning batteries. Scotland has suffered 2 major fires in battery recycling centres this year. On April the 8th, I'll leave you to read it all. There's a whole bunch of examples of how these fires are getting more and more common, more and more situations. And when the batteries get bigger, can you imagine these huge battery energy storage system batteries, which are like acres and acres of lithium ion batteries? When one of those catches fire, it can burn for weeks. We've seen this in California, and it's only going to get worse. All right, that's it for this one. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye for now.